this is what we call Blood Bowl. I've made several Blood Bowl teams. I'm going to show them to you. This isn't actually going to be a play video. I'm just going to go through my teams, and these are all the teams I'm thinking about doing video squads for. I'll put them in their own folders. Some of the teams won't work out. Like if enough players like die in the first couple of matches or something, like sometimes your teams just don't work out, and you have to reboot them. All right, so this is going to be my necromantic team, and I'm going to start off with two werewolves. A lot of people think about going with a ghoul first to give you the extra reroll. I'm going to have two starting rerolls. A lot of people like starting necromantic teams with three rerolls and one ghoul instead of one of the werewolves. But the werewolves are like just some of the best players in Blood Bowl. Like besides War Dancers and like Troll Slayers, and what else would be a real top? They're in the upper echelon of players. The werewolves really are, especially with their movement. And then if they get like a strength or agility bonus, they're almost unstoppable. They're really disgusting. Plus, they can serve people off the sidelines. Besides that, it's pretty straightforward necromantic team with the blitzers and the flesh golems, etc. And so anyway, let us check out the next team. So this is going to be this is my orc team, the Sandy Steel Toe Marauders. It's kind of a takeoff of the San Diego Chargers. So this team only has 2 rerolls also. That's because I want to start with all 4 black orcs. I just think it's really important to get the black orc skills as soon as possible. And probably the first thing I'll buy on this team is a troll, just to help with some of the, keep up to stay as bashy or bashier than some of the other bashy teams. So they're pretty straightforward. I probably could have foregone the apothecary with this team and got another reroll. That might have been a good idea, and just tried to survive the first game or so. Actually, that's something I might want to switch real quick, but that is an option. So this is the Lovecraft All-Stars. This is a Chaos team. And they also have 2 rerolls. And I started with all 4 Chaos Lords. And the rest are just Beastmen. So this is another area where you probably could skip the Apothecary, try to survive your first game, and take the extra reroll. I'm not sure what's better. I kind of like having the Apothecary straight off. In the long term, probably the reroll's better, just as long as you survive like your first game. So this is the Nergal Rotters. And they also have 2 team rerolls. I've watched somebody else's video on the Nergal Rotters. I've actually never played them before. But he said that the Beast of Nergal, mine's called the Bit of Nergal. I just thought it was kind of funny. Like a piece of him broke off and joined the team. But from what he was saying, he said this is like one of the best big guys out of all the big guys you can get. So I decided to buy him straight off. All right, and then the Nergal Warriors are similar to the Chaos Warriors, except for they have disturbing presence and foul appearance. So it's hard for people to catch and pass around them, and then it's hard for people to block them. Right. Oh wait. What's this? They have a chance to infect people and make them a Nergal Rotter on the team, which the Nergal Rotters are really, really terrible linemen. So anytime you kill somebody, you have a person with Nergal Rotter kill somebody, you have a chance to turn them into one of these guys for your team. Okay, so on to the next team. So this is my dwarf team, and I don't really play dwarves that often, so I didn't really know what to do too much in here, but I gave them 3 rolls. This is going to be a team where I'm going to try to survive the first game and get 20k and buy an apothecary. I figure with the 8-9 armors, it's probably a good chance. Plus, they all have block. It's something I might want to change on those other two teams I was pointing that out with, because that is a pretty good strategy to have the extra reroll. Because rerolls end up being double the cost to get later on. So, yeah, it's good to get them early. Alright, and so the rest of them, I believe, are elf teams, except for I think I have one human team. So this is the really do-gooders. And they also have 2 rerolls and an apothecary. I like getting the apothecary for the elf teams if I can, just because they're usually fragile. The high elves have better armor than most of the elf teams, though. I guess the high elves and the dark elves. But so I just started with the blitzers, and I got a thrower. I think the high elf thrower is really, really good because he has safe throw, which is kind of nice, and pass. But the rest of them are just linemen. I didn't get any of the catchers for the team yet. Okay, and then this, the Wood Elf team is really experimental. So I heard from this one guy that posted on Wood Elf forums. Yeah, I used to be a nerd. I played like Blood Bowl for like ever since I was a kid, so like almost 30 years now, plus, or around there. So on the forums, he said basically just get all the skill guys and then you try to survive your first couple games. And I've done this a couple times and it's worked for me a few times, and then I've also done it and it's failed horribly. So that's what I was thinking about trying for the the stream was the video series, is to see if the team prospers or dies in the first couple matches. Because, really, if your team lives through a couple matches and you get the apothecary, so this is started with no apothecary, no team rerolls, but it has all the skill players. So you have a tree man, you have 2 war dancers, you have 2 throwers, you have 2 catchers, and you have 4 linemen, which, whatever. But you have all your skill guys already. So as long as you can survive 1 game, 2 games, get the apothecary, and then eventually start getting rerolls, and your team doesn't die too much, because you're gonna have to probably replace like a lineman or 2, or you're basically just hoping none of your skill guys get killed in the first couple games, which could happen because you're running a team with mostly 7 armor. So, but having the lineman straight off and for your line is pretty, or having the treeman straight off for your line is really, really good. So that might fail horribly. And the Green Happy Tree Friends is their name. And this is the Good Old Boys. A friend of mine named Dave that used to play Blood Bowl with me used to play the Good Old Boys all the time. So it's kind of an honor of him. He passed away some time ago. So always, whenever I play Blood Bowl, I make a Good Old Boys team and play it. But so the team roster actually put a Dave on there, Davey Boy. He's one of the blitzers. Figure I give him the best position for the team. And I think I actually took some of his names from his thing, because I remember he used to always have like a Z on there or something. But other than that, I went for the 4 rerolls and an apothecary here. A lot of times in human teams I get an extra player. I don't think I did. I think I should have 11 players. So, but the human rerolls are really cheap, so you're usually able to get 4 or 5 of them with your starting team. But this is another case where I could have squeezed out another reroll, try to survive the first game with the getting the no apothecary thing. But all right, and this is a team I've never played before, but I wanted to try them, the Elven Union team. And so they have really good blitzers because they have block and sidestep, which is just really annoying. And what else? What is this? Their catchers have nerves of steel, which is really good. I think I only have 1 catcher now. Oh no, I did get 2. So I got 2 catchers. I have 2 rerolls. I bought Apothecary because all their armor is like 7, except for their blitzers. So they're pretty fragile. Anyway, they look cool. I'm probably just decent with elf teams, so we'll see if like more experienced coaches might crush me on there or not. I said I've played a while, so I do know Blood Bowl, so I might be alright. And then this is the Dark Elf team I made. And I went with 4 blitzers and then the rest linemen just so I could get 2 team rerolls. I really, really wanted a Witch Elf. This is a team that basically has to survive its first game to get that apothecary. Doing the survive the first game thing to do the apothecary on them. They have pretty good armor, so hopefully it works out. But I really wanted the 4 blitzers just because they're pretty good. I know a lot of Dark Elf players will cut 1 or 2 blitzers and maybe start with a Wood Elf or something also. Or not a Wood Elf, I can't think right now. What is their little Banshee girl? Actually, we can cheat. We can buy a player here. Let's see. The Witch Elf. That's what I wanted. All right, let's get out of here. All right. So, I think that is all my teams. Yep. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and look for some Blood Bowl games coming soon.